Hello, welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. Okay, I've already shuffled these decks and I'm shuffling my archangels now, and we'll see which ones want to come out and play for this week. Okay, the duration of this reading is from the 26th of January right through to the 1st of February. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for the beginning of the week. Okay, the first card we have for the beginning of the week is Archangel Sanderson, and it's the card of prayer. Now, this card would indicate that the early part of the week, possibly Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, is all about actually sort of sending out prayers, asking for something. Maybe this is some prayers that you've been sending out for a little while now. The green on here would indicate that somebody is praying for health concerns, for something connected to health, to healing, to bringing in healing. Maybe you're praying for someone else, for another. Maybe you just want to heal a certain aspect of your life. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean physical healing. Healing comes in all different areas of our life, from the emotional to the physical. Just all kinds of healing, to behavioural healing. You know, maybe there's habits that are sort of affecting your life. You know, so just look at all the kinds of healings that that you've been praying to bring in and bringing about you. Okay, the other colour here is pink. That's the colour connected with love. So maybe you've been saying a prayer to reconnect with someone, to bring somebody back into your life. To help heal a rift that's come about. Maybe it's actually to learn to love yourself a little bit more. So, you know, prayers being sent out. And the last colour here that really sort of jumps out at me is the yellow, and that's about learning, it's about upliftment. So maybe you've been sort of saying a prayer that you want to find a way forward, a way of learning more, of bringing new skills in so you can enhance your life and bring a little bit of upliftment. So lots of prayers going out, and because Archangel Sanderson is the angel who listens to our prayers, takes them to heaven and brings them back answered, lots of prayers being answered in the beginning of the week. One thing I will say about answered prayers is sometimes they're answered in a way that maybe we haven't asked for. But, you know, we have to accept that the angels, the universe, creator, know better than us. They can see the bigger picture. So sometimes on hindsight we see the ways they've answered their prayers, or even though they're not quite what we asked for, are better on hindsight. I'm just going to have a look at the influence card that's going to go with this, see if we get something more. Okay, so it's a card of emotions. I love this card. She reminds me of a mermaid, and it's a time of truth coming in. Because of the blue, that connects with the truth, and maybe speaking your truth as well. So there may be a situation where you really need to speak your truth in order for your prayers to be answered. Quite an emotional time, so look out for emotions riding high, and sometimes even when prayers are answered and we get good news or something comes about that we've been praying for, it can still make us really emotional. You know, and sometimes we just have to respect those emotions. So if you feel like having a cry, have a cry. If you feel like laughing, laugh. You know, really connecting with your emotions in the first part of this week, because that's the time to do it. Okay, so we're going to go to midweek now and see what they've got for us. So this is possibly Wednesday onwards. Okay, and we've got Archangel Gabriel. And it's the art card, or I always call it the artist card, because it's always, for me, this card has come to represent being given a blank canvas and being told by Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of new beginnings, brings in new beginnings. The angel is connected with children, so you may hear of an announcement of a child that's coming to the earth plane. You know, it's really good, joyous news normally when Archangel Gabriel comes in around. Communication will jump up at you as well. And it's also sometimes, you know, it can be the birth of a new idea, the birth of a new project, the birth of a new opportunity. And when we have this card, it's like you've got this blank canvas and you can just paint it with all your own colours. So a really positive card to be having for the midweek. Okay, split these, and that's the card I want, even though I'm dropping them out. Okay, It's the card of balance. Okay, now what this card is about is actually balancing all areas of your life. So it could be that when you are given this chance to embark on this new project, start on something new, you know, whatever it is that's coming in midweek, you have to remember to keep a bit of a balance to it. So don't just get obsessed with this and think about nothing else and, you know, let it overtake your life. Balance is the key to everything, and that's what that card is all about. You know, it's just maintaining that lovely balance, letting things unfold naturally, knowing you're on the path you're meant to be on. Your prayers are being answered. You know, the emotional side of you shows that sometimes you can get a little bit just focused on one thing, and that's not a good way to be. So keep it all balanced, keep everything in your life nicely balanced, and you'll find all the pieces just fall into place naturally, where when you just become obsessed with something or you worry about something unnecessarily, what tends to happen, or your energy goes in that direction, things become unbalanced, things become heavy, and it just takes longer to unfold, or difficulties set in. And so keep that balance, and if you keep that balance, everything's going to be fine. And it's nice that the balance has come up for us midweek as well. Okay, just look at our last archangel. This will be towards the end of the week. Okay, so, and the end of the month really, when you think about it. Oh, and that card jumps out, and it's Archangel Gabriel and the card of communication. Okay, so leave the cards behind. So we've already discussed communication coming in. Archangel Gabriel is definitely staying with you. So watch out for either confirmation of something, communication of something you've been actually praying about, going back to the beginning of the week. So if you've been trying, like I said, with the pink, if you've been trying to reconnect with someone, trying to mend bridges, trying to mend rifts that have sort of just suddenly appeared, you know, especially amongst maybe close friends, family members, relationships like that, you may find that you'll get communication of some kind that will actually say, you know, will let you know that your prayers have been answered. The last card is the Dark Night of the Soul card. You know, some people get really frightened by this card, but it's not. You know, what this is actually saying, it's connecting it in with that communication card, and it's saying whatever this communication is about, it's something that has really caused you concerns, has made you feel this is never going to happen, I'm never going to sort this out. It's made you lay awake overnight, you know, worrying about it, fretting over it. But normally when this card comes up, it shows that we've actually passed through that. Okay, we've passed through the dark night of the soul. That was as bad as it was going to get. Now things are going to be looking up. Okay, so you've got some really positive cards, and if you go right back to the beginning, like I always like to do with my cards, and you look at the first card, it's the card of prayer. So this is about the beginning of the week, you're praying for something to come about, to find out something on any of those areas that we discussed. Midweek you're going to have a chance to actually sort of do something yourself, get something started, you know, maybe even get the ball rolling in this situation. And towards the end of the week there should be either some kind of communication, some kind of confirmation, something to show that your prayers have been answered. One warning I will give, as I gave at the beginning, is because it's what keeps coming into me as I'm talking to you, is that sometimes our prayers can be answered in a way that maybe we didn't think about. Maybe it could be an opportunity that is open to us that we never even knew existed. And what we have to have faith in is that the divine sees the whole big picture, where we just see a little glimpse. And sometimes on hindsight we look back over our life and we think, actually, if what I had been praying for originally would have come about, I wouldn't be as happy as I am now, I wouldn't be as successful as I am now, things wouldn't have worked out the way they should have. So, you know, hindsight is a wonderful gift, obviously, but it's something that's worth bearing in mind when we do send prayers up, because they can be answered in different ways, and we just have to have faith that those different ways are the way that's meant for us. Okay, so I've got to the end of this week's weekly angel card reading. Hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed doing it. One thing I do want to say is that none of our cards are marked. We don't mark them out and rehearse what I'm going to say before or anything like that. It just comes as it is, which is maybe why sometimes I can look a little bit nervous, a little bit hesitant, because whilst I'm speaking to you and trying to keep eye contact with you, I'm also listening to what my guides are saying, to what intuition is flowing in for me, and I'm just trying to bring it all together. So it's a little bit of multitasking this, really. Possibly even more so than doing a reading one-to-one, because you're really aware that, you know, that you have to keep that eye contact, or at least sort of be interacting. So, as I said, our cards aren't rehearsed, they're not marked in any way, they're not connected to any phone apps. You know, it's just pure intuition, it's pure living in the moment, and what they give is what you get. As I said last time, really would appreciate any kind of feedback. Feel free to share this on, because it could be that the message is actually meant for somebody who's not currently a visitor to our page. I hope you're enjoying Mystic Moonstone. We obviously want this page to grow, so feel free to share away. And I hope to connect with you all again this time next week. Thank you, and thank you for listening to me. Love and light to you all.